I was born ready to do this interview.
Yeah, how does it feel for you guys to be back on track, basically?
Back on the road.
Yeah.
Feels great.
Feels awesome.
Yeah, honestly, like the last year's been a bit of a roller coaster.
It's been a rocky road, like, but it just feels good to be back in the swing of things, playing shows. I mean, we've had at the start of this year, well, just a little bit past spring, we had a Download Festival, and then we had a Leeds and Reading Festival, and we went out to Hong Kong and Taiwan and stuff. Just went out and dipped into like playing a few shows and festivals and that. But just to be on a tour and just to settle in and nicely and just play shows every day, that's what we love to do. So
it's cool playing one-off shows like big festivals and stuff. But you, like, as a band, we feel like we really get in our stride when we're playing every day.
Yeah.
It just becomes second nature to you then.
Although at the start of this tour, the second day in, our drummer, I don't know if you saw it, sprained his ankle, the second show in, so we had to do a complete swap around in the lineup. Where I played guitar, our guitarist Sean played drums, and our guitar tech played bass. So just as we was like, yes, we're about to start a really big tour, get back into the stride of things, Sam went and strained his ankle, but we're back in the full force now.
And how are you doing with this?
My throat,
yeah.
great, yeah. I think I'm gonna have to like go back to the hospital a little bit and get some checkups done and some stuff like that, just to make sure everything's cool. But you'll have to let me know after the show tonight if it sounds good. But I think the response from everyone else has been that I'm kind of like the strongest I've been.
Yeah,
I feel good.
So you went down to learn some new techniques, didn't you? Yeah. Like, because beforehand, I don't think you had a technique as such. You were just screaming, screaming his energy pretty much.
Coming out and screaming, basically.
Since I was 16 to now, it's like 12 years or something. I've been in bands and like just playing venues with no monitors and stuff, and just like hardcore shows and stuff like that. You don't learn any technique, you just learn how to shout loudly, basically. And so I've took a bit of time out and like kind of done a little bit of training.
It took you a little while to get the technique, but then one day, like it was like a week before Download Festival, and you was like, you were still struggling with the technique, and then one practice it just clicked, and then we were just like, oh my god, what is coming out of Loz's throat right now? And it just sounded like the best he's ever sounded. Okay. So we were just like, fuck it, like great, this is gonna go well, hopefully. So and it did, and it was worrying that, because you never know how your throat's going to react to surgery and stuff, so it was worrying for me that just before surgery that I'd come out and not sound the same, come out sounding like David Beckham or like really high-pitched voice or whatever. But yeah, everything's gone well, so and we feel, as a band, I think we feel more closer for having this experience, you know what I mean? I think it's definitely brought us closer together. It's hard to to live in the moment when you're so caught up in the bubble of just touring and just, you know, and all that, and the continuous cycle of albums coming out and touring. So to take this time off, it was a massive fork in the road for us. We were just completely out of the blue, and abnormal for us to just completely take time off after we've done this for 4 years. So we definitely are a lot more appreciative, more so than we was before right now. So.
Yeah, just a bit of a note. We've had some time to think about the opportunity we've got, and it's just like we want to do this for a while, so let's really sink our teeth in.
Did you make any changes in your technique, or?
Not really. It's more about the stage setup for me. You know, like just making sure the monitors are loud enough for me to hear myself, so I'm not just belting it as loud as possible. And I think that even that on its own has just helped me hold back a little bit and have more of a voice than just a shout, if you like.
Initially, it was a really bad thing that when we heard Loz's news about his throat, but there definitely is a silver lining to every grey cloud, because if we didn't sit with the album with this amount of time, we definitely wouldn't have come up with all the little like sprinkles that we
details,
the finer details, and a lot of the lyrics that you wrote, to be honest. Like some of the lyrics are about like all the stuff that you went through at the time.
So you got more time than for This Is the Six?
You've kind of got your whole life to write your first album.
Yeah.
So there's always pressure from your management and your label to produce the same quality album in a shorter space of time. And I just feel like with me having throat surgery and waiting a bit, it's made us craft a better album for it. We've had more time to work on it, basically. I wouldn't say we had more time. I'd say This Is the Six probably had more time in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things, it did have more time, but in respect of being in the studio, like from when we started recording drums, we've had more time because of from what happened. But
we spent like days just twisting guitar knobs, making everything sound perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like this album's just it's just like everybody. It's like quite a cliche thing to say, but it just feels like the natural progression from the last album. There's things that are different, but there's things that we elaborate on more. Like the melodic bits are just really artful this time. A lot more.
Your mobile.
Mobile phone.
Is that yours or mine?
No, it's not mine because it's shattered into a million bits straight away.
It's mine.
It's mine?
Yeah. Shit, got that on camera.
One drop.
Oh gosh.
Is it new?
I thought it was mine because
No, it's never smashed.
Look at that.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh well.
Bark it.
Don't dwell on it. No.
The good thing about it is that it's fucked and I've already got insurance covering it. So I'm getting a new one anyway.
I'm just gonna push you to get a new one, mate.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dicky's pants not doing you any favours at the minute.
This The Six was a huge success, basically, for you. How did you feel you grew into the job?
We've been used to playing in bands since we were at a really young age, so it's definitely extrapolated very slowly from playing really small venues, and like when we released our first mini album. Like now, like if I was to jump in a time machine from when I was 15 and take me to like right now, I'd be freaking my shit off. I'd be like, oh my god, this is insane. But like you just get used to your surroundings and you just get used to the job that you have to do. Although I do appreciate every second of what's happening at the same time.
Yeah.
But
it's like we still love playing really small, dirty, sweaty shows, but then it's just like with the band touring more, like the audience grows, so you just end up playing bigger and better venues with better sound. So it's kind of like we like both aspects of that really. I think we've naturally grown into it. Like we've all been mates for so long that it's just the same group of friends that are doing the different journeys. So it's really nice in a way to look back and sort of appreciate where we're at now.
Coming to the new album, when did you start to write the songs?
It's hard to say. I mean, like Sean has been like there's some riffs in this new album that's been written before This Is the Six was, and it was like, oh shit, that's amazing. We'll bring that back, like and things like that.
It's got riffs in it that we wrote when the band first started. You know, like breakdowns.
Yeah.
That we've gone back and listened to that we had saved on like CDs or whatever. And that needs to be on the new stuff because it's just it's old school sleeps mixed with a new school sleep.
Yeah. When you backtrack through the archives, you're just like you completely forget about things you've written. So you're just like.
And lyrically, I've been writing pretty much bits and bobs come into my head all the time. So it's that never really stops. It's kind of like sometimes you have a memory block, and then other times you can write loads of stuff. Sometimes it's just a couple of lines.
And when was this song supposed to be released without your throat surgery?
Yeah. It should have been out.
It should have been out this spring, but it's like it's been put back a year, so it's going to be out around about spring next year.
What is this new While She Sleeps style?
It's us exploring ourselves, exploring our how do you say it?
Like I said, I think the music in itself is a natural progression. There's the heavy bits are way heavier. I think the vocal parts are a lot more melodic and a lot more layered than before, and a lot stronger than it was before.
They
I think
do a lot of different things as well. It's not just all screamed through. There's like different elements and a lot of different stuff in it, but without dropping it, without giving up any heaviness. It still stays quite heavy. So.
And I think as far as the message goes for the album, I think it's everything we talked about in This Is the Six, but we're not like beating around the bush anymore. We're not tiptoeing around. We're just saying it how it is. We're going balls out with the message and just saying this is how the fuck it is, pretty much. So hold on to your balls.
It's very metal. It's all looking great. Like, we're really excited to start really getting the ball rolling on the new campaign, the new While She Sleeps vibe. It's exciting.
It is. Being put in the spotlight again, it's scary but exciting.